The flow of American volunteers serving in the Ukrainian army has decreased, but has never stopped after the first wave, which began after the full-scale Russian invasion in 2022. Independent estimates of the number of Americans who will voluntarily join the Ukrainian armed forces from 2022 vary significantly, from more than 1,000 to several thousand fighters. At the same time, the Ukrainian side does not make such figures public. This is reported by the New York Times. The publication noted that over time, the composition of American volunteers has changed. Now the majority are people without military experience, older people, or U.S. veterans who want to revive their military careers. Interviews with American recruits, the aid workers who help them, and their Ukrainian commanders reveal a range of motivations. Some come seeking purpose and opportunity that they feel are missing from dead-end jobs back home. Resentment at Russian aggression remains a major motivator, while some soldiers seek a way to leave a troubled life behind. Others want a second chance at a military career and a chance to test themselves in combat, the report says. At the same time, some soldiers said they plan to stay in Ukraine after the war ends and hope to find opportunities that are not available in the United States. The NYT adds that regardless of the reasons, joining the Ukrainian armed forces turned the conflict into a sharp, defining test for American volunteers. Many of them survived dangerous situations, were seriously wounded, lost comrades, and spent long periods in trenches and ruined cities. According to journalists, Ukraine does not have as many soldiers as Russia, so it faces problems with mobilization, which is why it happily accepts foreign volunteers. Such soldiers serve in regular army units or in one of two international legions. Their pay is the same as that of Ukrainian fighters, about $1,000 per month, and combat allowances, which can add about $3,000 per month. Some people come to Ukraine with the motive of fighting for freedom, for what is right. Others want to make money or run from the law, said Nikolai Lavrenyuk, the Ukrainian commander of a platoon of international soldiers that includes Americans. The commander said he had seen some American citizens arrive with poor dental health as well as drug and legal issues. He said one American soldier was wanted in his country for smuggling drugs across the Mexican border. But before that became known and he was arrested, Lavrenyuk said he fought well. The defense attorney added that the American veterans are valued in the Ukrainian armed forces because they are usually better trained than veterans of the armed forces of other countries. It's great that they are in our ranks, he assured.
Footage of the Ukrainian Army's operation in the city of Arwelsk, Kursk region of Russia, has been released. As can be seen from the footage shared on Telegram channels, Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance aircraft struck military equipment of the occupying Russian army, trucks carrying military personnel and ammunition, as well as passenger cars in which Russian soldiers were moving near the city with kamikaze drones. As a result, all targets were hit, and a large number of military equipment and trucks, as well as a large number of personnel of the occupying army, were blown up and destroyed.
4 Ukrainian soldiers who had spent more than 3 years in Russian-controlled territory have been evacuated. Oleksiy Nispapa, commander of the Ukrainian Navy, reported this. Nispapa said that Ola Reshetilova, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's commissioner for the protection of rights of service members and their families, had received a report that the twin brother of a recently exchanged Marine had been severely wounded during fighting in Ukraine's east in 2022. The soldier ended up in a hospital and, thanks to sympathetic doctors, was hidden from Russian secret services. Upon receiving the report, the Navy Command decided to begin special evacuation measures. It later turned out that, along with the twin brother, 3 National Guard soldiers had also been in the hospital, where they had been forced to hide for more than 3 years. In the end, the Navy's Special Reconnaissance Unit Angels evacuated the Marine, the 3 National Guard fighters, and a hospital medic who had helped them hide. The operation was planned and carried out in several stages, taking into account the illegal status of all involved, the high intensity of fighting, and the strengthened filtration measures by Russian secret services. Our soldiers are safe and finally reunited with their families. The Navy's Special Reconnaissance Unit, Angels, has rescued 88 people and once again proved that nothing is impossible for Ukrainian soldiers. We are fighting for everyone, Oleksiy Nispapa said. President Volodymyr Zelensky said in July that Kyiv had secured the release of over 6,400 Ukrainians from Russian captivity since 2022, of whom 5,857 were freed during prisoner exchanges. He told that Ukraine had brought home 5,857 people from Russian captivity via exchanges since the outbreak of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. Another 555 people were freed separately from prisoner exchanges, Zelensky added, without providing additional details. The president made the announcement following a meeting with a team focused on the repatriation of prisoners held by Russia, which coincided with the commemoration of the massacre of Ukrainian prisoners of war, POW, in a Russian military prison in Olenivka in 2022. It is important to continue exchanges and verify the situation for every single name. Each person matters, Zelensky said. Over 50 Ukrainian POWs were killed in an explosion in Russian-occupied Olenivka in Donetsk Oblast between July the 28th and 29th, 2022. Kyiv has accused Russia of carrying out the attack and of deliberately placing members of the Azov regiment in a building that was later destroyed. Moscow has denied responsibility and blamed Kyiv for the explosion, a claim rejected by the UN investigation. According to an investigation by Ukraine's Prosecutor General's office, over 11,000 Ukrainians were illegally detained by Russia in places of deprivation of liberty during the war.